You've heard it, kale yeah, kale no. Well, it's National Nutrition Month and St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner. So it's time to eat green, be green, and save green. This year's National Nutrition Month theme is all about sustainability, and with food prices up an average of about 4%. Let's look at ways that we can save money on our health and the planet. And here to discuss is registered dietitian Lisa Andrews of Sound Bites Nutrition. Good morning, Lisa.
Hey, good morning, Michelle. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well. You brought a whole spread here. We're going to get to all of it. Yeah. But what are some ways that we can save money and still stay healthy?
So my top advice to anybody, really simple, more plants, less cow. So I would say start with looking at your animal meat intake, particularly red meat, because it does cost the planet so much. We use so much more water, so much more land, so many more grains to feed cows. And I'm not vegan or vegetarian, but I do try to watch my meat intake because it does, you know, impact the planet and our health.
It makes a difference. That's right. I think a lot of people are trying to watch that too. So some of the items that you brought here today really kind of speak to that. So let's get to some of them.
Okay. So for one, I'd like to thank 80 Acres Farms for the samples of their lovely lettuce. And if you're not familiar with them, they are in Hamilton. And so they're local. They use 95% less water than other farms. So they're an indoor farm. They grow
dirt involved.
No dirt.
Right?
So no pesticides. They are better than organic because even organic produce does use some pesticides.
Right.
And they keep a lot longer because you don't even have to wash them.
Interesting.
So no birds, no bugs, no dirt. Their containers are compostable, so they're completely recyclable, and they're amazing. They taste great, and they stay fresh for a long time.
It's all really good to know. And they have different kinds of lettuce, too. I see romaine, and it looks like some field greens.
They've got field greens. They've got a power crunch. They've got some with a little kale in it. You know, I like to say be careful.
Right.
And also some tomatoes and some fresh herbs like basil. So they're an excellent product. You can find them at Kroger, Jungle Gyms, Whole Foods.
So besides lettuce, you have, this looks like peanut butter, but you've got it stored upside down. What is that all about?
Right. So I'm encouraging more plant-based proteins like peanut butter. And the reason that I put my natural peanut butter upside down is that the oil kind of rises up a little bit and it makes it easier to stir.
Okay. Cool.
And again, the other thing with sustainability is the less processed your food is, the better for the environment. So this is just, you know, nuts and salt. That's the only ingredient. This is just straight up lentils. There's no other ingredients or processing in there. So that also spares the environment.
Yeah, and a lot of people are vegetarian. They're eating more beans, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's Lent, and so people are kind of cutting back on their meat intake anyway.
Right, and we have the northern beans here.
Yeah. And so, you know, eating more plant-based foods in general, more fruits and vegetables, eating things that are local when you can, because that saves on the carbon footprint of having to truck something in, and then it's also fresher.
Right. Yeah. And then I noticed you have one of my favorites here, almonds.
Again, plant-based proteins, nuts, seeds. I've got some oatmeal over there that, again, it's just straight oats. It's not the little instant packet of oat that's going to have a lot more processing and ingredients in it. And
you've mentioned just a little bit. What are some of the benefits of eating this way?
Well, for one, it's better for your overall health because we're eating more plants and less animal fat. Pardon me. And it's also better for the environment because we're, again, not trucking food in from long distances. When we are eating less red meat, we're not using all that land and water to support those animals.
Yeah. And I know you're a big fan of kale.
Yeah.
Right? Be Kaleful.
Yeah,
that's
Be Kaleful,
Lisa's
find it on our website. Another thing is to use, you know, reusable bags when you go to the store, because then you're not using all that plastic up when you go to the store. So
I see a lot of people doing that these days. So if people are interested in learning more about Sound Bites Nutrition and all of the great tips that you have, where should they go?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter. I am NutriGirl, and my website is just soundbitesnutrition.com.
All right, Lisa, thanks so much for being here and making us think about eating better, eating a little more healthy.
Just think plants. It's all good.
Think plants. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks so much.